So, could this be a spawning pool for the Chattahoochee bass? It certainly seems like it very well might be. I was struggling catching fish today, quite frankly. I'd been here for a couple hours and only caught 4. Now I did lose 2, but still, that's pretty slow for red-eye bass fishing. But ever since I hit this long run pool, whatever you want to call it, I've been pounding them in here, including that big female full of eggs. I'm not seeing actual spawning behavior going on here, although this is not the right time of day to really be able to see, and I've been catching them all ahead of me, so it's hard to say. Again, we know very little about these fish. Most species of red-eye we know almost nothing about, and certainly very, very little about where specifically do they spawn, how do they spawn, what kind of habitat do they use. If we extrapolate from a few of the other fish species that we know about, like smallmouth bass, even spotted bass a little bit, and shoal bass, they probably spawn in and around flat rocks in pretty low flow areas, which this fits the bill. This whole pool has been full of, you can kind of see it here, it's been full of a series of flat rocks piled on top of each other. Current's very slow. You have a lot of overhanging vegetation, mostly those mountain laurels on either side. So that very well might be where these fish spawn. The truth is, when it comes to native black bass, I studied shoal bass specifically for, oh boy, almost 15 years. And I've studied red-eye bass, 3 different projects on red-eye bass that I had. And one of the first things you realize working on these fish is they're so hard to collect using standard sampling gears. They are so difficult to work on. You know, just a typical telemetry study that we would use to study questions like this would require people to potentially traverse dozens of miles of this stream every couple weeks to find the fish, and that's just almost impossible. And what we have come to realize is that anglers are our best resource, and my experience today certainly has pointed me in the direction of this possibly being a Chattahoochee bass spawning area, and it merits future investigation by somebody.